Hey everyone, it's Jacqueline for Pixie Dust PhD. If you want to enjoy the magic of Disney World, but you hate waiting in lines or perhaps big crowds give you anxiety, Disney After Hours may be for you. In today's video, we'll go over what Disney After Hours is, as well as some considerations to help you decide if you want to take part in Disney After Hours on your next trip. The first thing to note is that Disney After Hours is different from Extra Magic Hours. This can be confusing since they're named very similarly, but they are totally completely separate things. Extra Magic Hours are free for guests staying at certain hotels, including all of those on-property Walt Disney World owned and operated resorts. As long as the guests staying in these select resorts have regular theme park admission for the day, Extra Magic Hours provides either 1 hour or 2 hours of extra access to the theme parks, either in the morning or the evening. If you'd like to learn more about Extra Magic Hours, go ahead and click the card in this video to take you to another video that will explain Extra Magic Hours. In contrast, Disney After Hours is not free, and you don't have to be staying anywhere in particular to have access to this event. Anyone is able to purchase tickets for Disney After Hours, as this is what's called a hard ticket event. Simply put, a hard ticket event means that you have to purchase a separate ticket for entry to this event. So your normal day entrance for the theme parks, whether that's base tickets, park hopper tickets, or more, will not cover Disney After Hours. In early 2020, ticket prices for Disney After Hours were $129 for every guest age 3 or over when you purchased them in advance. If you purchased the day of the event, this price went up to $139. Traditionally, there have been a discount for these ticketed events for annual pass holders as well as Disney Vacation Club members that usually brings the price down to $99 when purchased in advance. Disney After Hours is not cheap, especially if you have a larger travel party. That extra ticket, which will cost $100 or more for every person in your party, can really add up. So what do you get for this price? Think of this as your ticket to a less crowded Disney World. Disney After Hour event times vary, but they typically begin between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m., and then they will end between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. Generally, the total event lasts 3 hours, so if it began at 9 p.m., then you will end at midnight. Slightly similar to evening Extra Magic Hours, only guests with access to this event will be able to ride the attractions during this time. Also similar to Extra Magic Hours, not every single attraction will be operating. But generally, all of the big ticket items are running. In Magic Kingdom, for example, Disney After Hours almost always includes the big tickets like all of the mountains, so Space, Thunder, Splash, and then also Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, the Haunted Mansion, Peter Pan, Jungle Cruise, and more. Character meet and greets will generally be less robust than during the day, but typically there are a handful offered. And quick service and table service dining will be extremely limited during this After Hours time. However, part of your Disney After Hours admission price includes free snacks. So all around the park, you will be able to grab free popcorn, free ice cream novelties such as those Mickey Premium ice cream bars, as well as typically the Mickey ice cream sandwiches, and then free bottles of drinks like water, Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, stuff like that. Essentially, as a whole, Disney After Hours is a paid event that gets you access to a much less crowded Disney World as well as some complimentary snacks. Is that worth the hefty price? In my opinion, really you're paying for the low crowds here. Crowds at Disney After Hours events are typically lower than those present during Extra Magic Hours. Also, crowds tend to be lower than other hard ticket events such as Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. If your primary goal on a Walt Disney World trip is to ride a ton of rides, then this may be a great value for you. So far, with the capacity that Disney After Hours has been running at, most rides are a walk-on or maybe a 5-minute wait, and even those biggest ticket rides such as Seven Dwarfs Mine Train tend to hover between 20 and 30 minutes. Even Flight of Passage in Animal Kingdom typically becomes a very reasonable wait time. During the day, Flight of Passage is routinely over a 2-hour wait time. If you love Flight of Passage and weren't able to snag a fast pass for that ride, this may be your best shot at riding it. And certainly, this is your best shot at riding it multiple times with a reasonable wait time. Also, if you're only visiting Walt Disney World for a short period of time and you won't be staying for 7 days or longer, for example, an after-hours event is a great way to pack a lot of rides into a small amount of time. Other than cost, there are still some downsides. The park is running at limited operation, so you won't get to experience most of the shows and not every attraction will be up and running. And as I mentioned earlier, food is extremely limited during this event, so this will not be a good time for you to buy that snack you've been dreaming of. And finally, this event may not be great for kids or even just adults who like to go to bed early. Disney After Hours runs late into the night. A 1 a.m. end time is late. And that's when the event ends, so you still have to make your way back to the hotel and get ready for bed and off to sleep. If staying up that late doesn't sound fun to you, then this may not be a good event for you. At the very least, do not plan an early morning for your next day. You can get around some of these downsides with a fun additional perk. Typically, with a Disney After Hours ticket, you're actually able to access that park around 7 p.m. Now that time may change, so consult a cast member during your trip. But essentially, with that hard ticket for the Disney After Hours event, you'll still be able to experience some of the normal day park things. This is a good time to experience the shows, the fireworks, maybe squeeze in some food. And these hours that you're allowed into the park early before the after-hours event starts certainly add value to that ticket. For example, if your Disney after-hours event doesn't start until 10 p.m., but you're allowed into the park at 7 p.m., you have added 3 extra hours in that park. That extra time definitely has value. And given this early entrance, you may consider skipping your day entrance altogether for that day and just doing the event. When arriving to the park for your Disney after-hours event, you'll go through a turnstile like normal. A cast member will give you a wristband indicating that you are there for the event. If you haven't skipped your day ticket for the day and are already inside your park, there will also be stations set up throughout the park where you can go ahead and get your wristband without having to go back to the front entrance. Now note that Disney after hours are offered on a relatively limited basis. You won't find them at all times of the year and not necessarily even at every park. I might be wrong here, so don't quote me, but to my knowledge, there's never been a Disney after hours at Epcot, for example. So after learning about Disney after hours, you may be thinking to yourself, wow, I would love to do this at Hollywood Studios during my trip. But the truth is that Disney may not be offering it while you're there. And frustratingly, in the past, sometimes these Disney after-hour events have not been announced very far in advance. For example, there were after-hours events at the Animal Kingdom that started in October of 2019, and these weren't announced until that August. So if you've already got your entire trip planned out, all of your dining reservations, all of your fast passes, trying to rejigger everything to squeeze in an after-hours event may not be worth the stress for you. All that being said, keep an eye on Walt Disney World's official website as well as the Disney Parks blogs for announcements for Disney After Hours events. If you think a Disney After Hours event will add great value to your trip, you'll probably want to prepare to be a little bit flexible when shuffling around your other plans. Recently, Disney has also been offering an enhanced version of Disney After Hours called Villains After Hours at the Magic Kingdom. As the name suggests, this is themed to Disney villains. This offers everything that a standard Disney After Hours event does, but along with a few extra perks like a villains-themed stage show. The enhanced version, of course, comes at a slightly higher price, but I think it's a really great idea, and I hope to see Disney consider more enhancements to After Hours events in the future. Ultimately, to me, Disney After Hours is about low crowds, low wait times, and riding a ton of attractions in a small period of time. It definitely comes at a price, but if you think of that price as price per ride instead of price per hour, it may be an attractive option for you. If you found this information helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you liked the video and subscribed to the channel. Ring the bell icon for notifications whenever I post new videos. A vast majority of the people who watch these videos aren't subscribed, and if you find yourself coming back to my channel to watch the videos, I would really appreciate it if you went ahead and subscribed. It doesn't cost you anything but a click, but it helps me out immensely, and I would really super appreciate it. If you want to chat with me more regularly, find me on Twitter and Instagram at PixieDustPhD. Have you ever done a Disney After Hours event, and how did that go for you? Or if you haven't done one, do you think it would be worth the cost for you? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you're having a magical day, and we'll see you real soon at PixieDustPhD.